Welcome back, everyone. Today on Dudes versus Everything, we're diving into a dark corner of history with a topic that's sure to leave you feeling both shocked and disgusted. We're talking about Operation Wetback, a covert government initiative in 1954 aimed at forcibly removing Mexicans from the United States. Yes, you heard that right. Now, this isn't exactly a feel-good story, but we promise to approach it with our signature zesty blend of raunchy humor and irreverent wit. As always, we're here to make you laugh, even when the subject matter is as messed up as it gets. So buckle up, grab a drink, and get ready to learn about a truly disturbing chapter in American history. It's going to be a wild ride, and we're glad to have you along for it. Let's do this. As always, we are your host, Jesus Perez, and this is my co-host,
Rudy Robles.
Yeah. So, take us on, Rudy.
All right. So, quick let me take you back. All right. I mean way back. Like back before you were even an idea within an idea within an idea
Before I
within
was
an
even
idea.
a sperm cell, before I was even thought about, before my grandparents even, well, not that far back, but.
So, the year is 1954. Operation Wetback, and yes, folks, it is called Wetback. If you are, hurt by the word.
Yeah, let's just start off with that. Like, if this is this big disclaimer. If this is if the word wetback is too much for you, then we understand. But this is literally what it was named.
Yeah.
So that's much like we can't do anything
really
about it. Like, we're not gonna give it. We're not gonna say like moist spine. It's just that's not what it was called. This is what in history. This is the way it was. So yeah, but this is it's good context. We're not using it as in like in a racist way, or at least we're not.
But yeah. Anyways, Operation Wetback was an immigration law enforcement initiative implemented in June 1954 by U.S. Attorney General Herbert Brownell in response to pressure from farmers and business interests concerned with illegal immigration. The program used military-style tactics to remove Mexican immigrants, including some American citizens, from the United States. It became a contentious issue in Mexico-United States relations and gave rise to arrests and deportations by the U.S. Border Patrol. Although it originated from a request by the Mexican government to stop the illegal entry of Mexican laborers into the United States, it was designed to send Mexicans back to Mexico, even though some were legal residents or citizens of the United States.
Which is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
Like it cool. We're stopping the illegal entry, and we're gonna try to do things the legal way and do that. But how are we gonna send like people that are already legal residents back? And it was pretty much Mexico being like it was a fucked up time. It was a fucked up time. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, like if you really think about it, like imagine we are in 1954. Since we're both Hispanic or Mexican or whatever, what have you.
Yeah.
We're Latin X
of Mexican descent. But I mean, if you really go down that far, like we got the whole 23andMe. Quick off topic. The other day I was making a delivery to someone, and she immediately greeted me, was like, "Oh, hello, cousin." Well, not like that. It was, I'm trying to replicate. Like she was like not Middle Eastern, but like not Greek, somewhere out there, like one of those countries. And she was like, it's the nose. And I'm like, I know I got a bigger nose. Like I've been told like I look Middle Eastern, but like, sorry, no. Anyway, I digress. Go. Sorry.
What kind of off topic was that?
My brain just decided it needed to say that.
Okay. But yeah, anyways, imagine like you're just chilling. You just had a hard, long day of, working in the crops, working in the agricultural field, being the literal backbone of the United States agricultural scene. You're a U.S. citizen, you're living the American dream, trying to make it big by starting small, and then out of nowhere, you're just pulled from your home and basically told, "Hey, you're no longer a citizen anymore. I'm sorry."
Yeah, and it's like you got to be sent back, and there's not much of an explanation that they gave everybody or at all. It's just like, this is what's going on. This is literally what's going on right now, and weren't even some just because they fit the description.
Yeah,
and
that's it. Like, it didn't matter. You just had to look Mexican for most of them, and boom, off you went. And there goes your American citizenship. It's now been revoked. You're gone.
You want me to take this next part?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so Mexico discouraged immigration to the United States in the early 1900s as its economy required cheap labor to modernize and expand. From the 1920s, Mexicans became the primary labor source for much of the agriculture industry in the United States, especially in the Southwest. It's not ever been like we've been trying to take jobs, we've just always been here. While some 62,000 workers enter the United States legally every year during the 1920s, over 100,000 entered illegally. Mexican agribusinesses owners pressured the Mexican government to return laborers from the United States to Mexico, as labor shortages in Mexico caused crops to rot in fields. Despite this, though, American agriculture continued to recruit illegal Mexican laborers to fulfill its expanding labor requirements. Because, how we're all about seeing the profit.
Be
and we
number
see profit.
one.
Yes, we are number one. And if this works for us, we continue to do it. And I don't know why I'm speaking like this. But yeah, we see we're hiring these cheap illegals, and it's working for us. And now they want it back, right?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, the best way to put it is that America was booming, and they didn't want to stop. And Mexico was like, "Hey, dude, so like you
guys are going too fast. You guys are taking too many of us too fast."
Like, I don't know if you were ever in a situation where like maybe you lent out like a game console or something to your friend, or maybe you had a game console like
a whole ass like game system lent.
Like back in the day, like maybe a GameCube or like a Game Boy.
No, I didn't. No, I never. I mean, I when it came to game consoles, it was always like me taking my game console with me to my friend's house and then bringing it back.
Okay, so you were the guy. Okay. Okay. So, well, anyways, basically, imagine if you were Mexico and you dropped off your console at your friend's house. You had an awesome party, and then you had to leave, and he's like, "Oh, dude, can I continue this game? Like, I really want to play it. Like, I really want to beat this game." And you were like, "Sure, go ahead." And then, you hit him up like a week later in school, and you're like, "Hey, so did you beat the game?" And he was like, "Oh, no, I haven't beat the game yet." And then you keep pressuring it, and he just never gives it back. And, and now you're out of console. I mean, it's yours, though. But that's essentially what happened. Mexico gave their game console to us, and we never gave it back. It's a terrible analogy for thousands of people, but still, that's the best way I could think of it.
I was about to be like, this analogy.
Are you comparing human lives to game consoles right now?
Do you think this is a playing matter?
But in all seriousness, though, yes. America essentially took
has always been racist.
Yeah. And they took a bunch of laborers and decided not to give them to Mexico. And Mexico was like, "All right, you know what? Fuck you." So, segueing into segueing, is that a word? Segueing.
Yeah, segueing. It's also the little. Isn't it that little bicycle, or the automatic?
Little where you gotta like lean forward and back.
I don't know why I just did the like made my. I don't know why I did that, but like yeah. You're like sitting or upright or
Wait,
like
show me do it
standing up
again.
on it. Like, nah, I'm not gonna do it anymore. No, yes, like yeah. That's what that is, right? That's a. Or is that
I don't
a
know. It's the thing
anyway?
that Paul Blart drives. Um,
No, that's a.
that's a Segway.
That's a. That's a police.
That's a Segway.
That's a bicycle.
That no, a bicycle is two wheels, and it's no. Anyways, during World War II, the bracero or braquero or however you want to pronounce it,
I
if
was
you can.
when I read it, it depends on. Never mind. I'm sorry.
So I'm just gonna say braquero. The braquero program was developed allowing Mexican laborers to work in the United States under short-term contracts in exchange for stricter border security and the return of illegal Mexican immigrants to Mexico. The program had 3 phases, with the final phase ending in 1964. Although the program promised guaranteed wages, housing, food, and exemption from the military service, workers were often denied these benefits and proper paperwork to work in the U.S. The program had tensions between its stated and implicit goals and was ultimately ineffective in limiting illegal immigration into the United States, leading to Operation Wetback in 1954.
Yeah. See, we were we took too many. It feels like, and now we It sounds like the U.S. wanted to just send them out back. Right, like
Yeah,
how
they
do
basically
you?
got tired of it.
We're gonna recruit you and give you all these promises, and it just who wouldn't at the time? Who wouldn't? Who what Mexican laborer at the time? That was told like, hey, you're gonna have housing, you're gonna have money, you're gonna have all this stuff, only for you to go and work your ass off because it was hard work. These people weren't just like typing. They were out there picking. Like, wouldn't you know? Like, you've done it, right? Like when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's hard work. It's hard work, and then to just be like, hey, yeah, we know what we said, and we just you just got to go back. Like we want a refund instead. Like,
You guys are going to be so mad at me.
That's like the U.S. and Mexico for real.
So we made a oopsie whoopsie, a little fucky wucky, if you will. Yeah, we can't keep you. We don't have money, so gotta go home.
Yeah, we're kind of done. We're done with them.
Basically, what happened.
Yeah,
kind of. And now my lovely co-host will segue into the next portion.
Segue.
The purpose of a segue is to not talk about the segue.
Despite the despite the Bracero program, American growers continue to hire illegal laborers. It's going to come automatically. People are making money. They're going to continue doing what works, and what works is cheap labor, and you're going to get these from the illegal immigrants. So, we continue to hire it due to its inability to accommodate. Sorry. American growers continue to hire illegal laborers due to its inability to accommodate the number of Mexicans wishing to work in the United States. Food shortages in Mexico and misgovernment, combined with population growth, prompted many Mexicans to enter the United States in search of higher wage jobs. The INS increased its raids and apprehensions in the early 1950s due to growing concern about unassimilated immigrants, diplomatic and security issues surrounding illegal border crossings, and the Korean War and Red Scare prompted tighter border security. Mass deportations affected the growing patterns in California and Arizona, and the large influx of immigration caused Eisenhower to end the Bracero program with Mexico.
Which, in thus, kind of led into Operation Wetback. Yeah. I mean, it's every.
I was gonna say, it reminds, like, it's not. Sorry, it not reminds me. It's still like an ongoing issue. I feel like, or it always has been, immigration and deporting people that have been here already. We still see it these days. We even see it in such a way that it would make hearing it for the first time. It almost brought me to tears because I myself am a veteran, and to hear that even veterans to such an extent are being deported still to this day, it's heartbreaking. Right, Rudy?
Yeah, I mean, for those of you who don't know, and if you for some reason didn't listen to any of the other episodes we have when we were both in the military, we're both
yeah. Oh yeah, if for some reason this is your first episode, yes, we both of us are veterans. Yeah, we were in. If you somehow haven't managed to listen to any of the other episodes, yeah.
If you decided to say screw it and just skip, and you ended up
we're
here,
just gonna hop on to season 6, 3rd episode.
Yeah, me and Jesus were both veterans. We did our time, and we got out, and we're living decent lives.
So, yeah, it depends. It depends.
It depends how you look at it. I'm doing good. I can't speak for you.
Oh yeah, thanks for rubbing it in. I'm just
I'm not trying to rub it in. I'm just saying I'm doing good. Not great, but I'm doing good.
I'm not in a depressive phase right now. But no, yeah. Besides, like, yes, we went off topic. It was like a quick bio of who we are and like how we did. But
6 foot, lean, handsome. If you're only listening to the audio, like, never look up pictures of me. Just keep this image in your head. I'm 6 foot, pack. Lean. I got a 8-pack. I'm
got 20
see what else.
Arms.
I'm a professional basketball player, but I turned down the NBA.
5 inches of girth, of circumference.
It, like, in a certain angle, you would say that it would glisten.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How do we get? We're talking about goddamn American veterans, our goddamn brothers and sisters, and we're over here talking about dicks. Dude,
this is what they would want.
It's such an American soldier thing to do. Like, after, like, dude, I'm currently, we're recording this, do this like right now. Whenever you're listening, it might be some other time, but like right now, I'm 27, but like I still have, like, and I would consider myself to be like wise to to a good extent, and mature to a good extent. But I very much will laugh anytime I see like a stupid drawing of like a dick. I don't know what it is. But no, yeah, back to the whole veteran thing. No, like,
yeah,
while I was in the service, me personally, I knew a few people that were, I guess not residents, or sorry, not citizens, that try to come into the U.S. and got into the Army and were in the process of trying to get their paperwork. What I know, actually, while we were in the service, he was a good friend of mine. I know that he got out before me, but he ended up, it's just a little example of what great things can come out, because he ended up getting like his master's degree. Like he's from, like, I think UC, I forgot what university, but from a great university, right? And like, so great things can come, not just saying like, oh, all you have to do is to be a great person is graduate from a great university. No, like, he's probably doing like great shit, but I'm saying like all these deported people, like you remove all, like you deny them almost, or you delete the possibility of um like a future, or like seeing like what could possibly happen.
Yeah. I knew a lot of dudes who were trying to get their American citizenship through the US military. And it's always like the same, where the army was basically like, "Hey, American?" And then they were like, "Yeah, fuck it." And then they joined the army. And
Yeah, like it's super easy to entice someone to want to join if like one of the one of the benefits like is getting your citizenship. But anyone could just say that, like if it's like it's not automatic. Like to this day, it's still not automatic.
It's have a very very lengthy process.
And they don't it's not like written somewhere. It's not like, here, like this is what you got to do. Like, no, these people like really have to try and like look for all this information, and like it's sad. Like we I don't think, I don't know. It kind of almost makes me want to go like lobby, you know. Just be like, nah, but I'm not gonna do that. No.
Podcast during a fucking riot. sir,
here we are at
bricks being thrown around.
Wait, at who? At us?
No, just around us during a riot or protest. I could see it. Someone sets up like a table, like 2 microphones and a camera just facing, and there's like a whole fucking protest going behind us.
I've thought about like, damn, if we were still in the same state, like I feel like we could bring some good content of like interviewing people out in the streets, or going to like crazy events and giving out questions like that.
Yeah, I could see it. Like, ma'am, dump your childhood trauma or double it and pass it on to someone else. Double it? Okay.
By the way, what are you drinking anything tonight?
I thought you were gonna ask me about my childhood trauma. Yes, I am. I it all started, when I was we're not doing that. Not in this episode. But I'm drinking Modelo Especial. Has nothing to do with the context of the video that we're doing today. I just really like Modelo.
Yeah, I'm having a Truly myself this time. I didn't want to feel like getting any beer, but Truly lemonade's pretty tasty. I recommend them. And yeah, and I had some new strain from, it was grown like organically, like through live soil, and so it's like as organic as like weed can get. Yeah, like living soil. Yeah, that's what it's called. The strain was called like cock walls or like candy walls or something like that. It's a phenomenal, like phenomenal high. And yeah.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You went into a dispensary, I'm assuming. You walked in. You had your head held high. It was a nice day, sunny, probably 82 degrees outside, hot. You come into the cold air-conditioned room and you see a man with 20 piercings in his face and probably blue hair.
No,
you come up to this man.
It was actually a girl. She's probably like around like 5'3" and very skinny. She had a face mask on.
Okay, so you come up to this 5'3" woman, who I'm assuming is at least 25. You come up to her in a very serious face and you say, "Can I have some cock walls?" You're telling me you did this in public?
No, I didn't actually. No, that's not how that's. So you got it right up until you got what I asked for. So the jar itself, it's C, and then it's got a bunch of the symbols. You know how they like censor shit. And so when I went in asking, because I went in looking for a specific brand that
Mm-hmm.
that grows organically or through live soil, and they're called No Till Kings, and this dispensary only had one of their strains, and I wasn't like a fan of that strain because it tended to be it's gelato, and like if you know anything about like weed, you know that gelato typically runs like on the heavier side, and I'm not looking for like a heavy like high. I'm looking for like um why are you pretending to look at me like that? So she was like, we have other strains that are or other brands that grow through live soil, and you know it's just the process of like how like the plant, you know, right? Anyway, because it definitely I felt a difference in smoking it, like because that's what I wanted to do. The point of it was I wanted to see if there was a difference in like the high that I got from smoking something or like quote unquote organic. So Royal Key, I think, is the name of this one. But yeah, the name or how the lady told me, she was like, "Oh, okay, so there was these other ones, and they're also live grown." She was saying, I was like, "Okay, let me see. I'm looking for like a sativa," and then she showed me it, and she's like, "Honestly, this one will will like." I forgot what she said, but she was like she loved it, like she highly recommended it, and I was like, "All right, bet." And she said it was like candy walls, but when I read the label on the jar, it's a C, and it's like a bunch of symbols. So like, why would they censor the word candy? You know. So
Mm-hmm.
my guess isn't that it's called candy walls. It's
Uh-huh.
C, you know, whatever walls, you know, and like I thought like cock, you know, like I don't
So
know, like
okay, so the official name isn't cock. You just
no,
assumed it's cock.
right.
So in your monkey brain, you just saw C and couple stars, and you just instantly thought cock.
I mean, what? It's not gonna be cunt, you know. It's not gonna be
It could
like
be cunt
no,
walls.
cunt walls. I mean, maybe, but like it. It sounds more appealing being like
Cock
if it
sounds
had
more appealing to you.
no candy. Like if it
Is
was
this your
like if they had
official?
just like a cock of walls or a wall of
A wall
cocks.
of cock. That doesn't sound appealing.
If you've ever played the game Cyberpunk, you would know that like in the game they have like a store, um, like a sex shop that has
I
like a
beat it like 2 times already.
yeah. Did you like? I still no. Actually, I did beat it one time. It was like my second or third run through, just because the other times I refused to do the last mission. And I don't know if anyone listening ever has to like deal with this like dilemma. And I know this is like completely different from where we started, but like at this point, you know. Anyway, like they get to the point or the end of the game, or they know that they're about to finish, and I know that I'm gonna be upset or not upset. I'm gonna be like sad that it's over because you know it's over. Like what do you know? Like there's not much to do with like campaign games. Like once they're done, you know, they're not like multiplayer like continuous play games. Um, so I was like, nah, if I finish this game, like I'm gonna stop playing it. Like I'm gonna be sad. So I just refused to end the game, and I just restarted the game. I don't know if you've ever done that, but
So you're willing to keep something imprisoned rather than let go. How long have you been doing this in your life?
dude, honestly, like,
I think this is a wider, like, this is much bigger than you think it
dude,
is.
I mean, like, I feel like I do it with more than just that. Like, I know I think I even no, I don't know if I even oh, this is another thing I don't think I ever told my like ex-therapists about, like holding on to things just because like I don't want to say let go. And
Mhm.
just recently, the other day, I was having a conversation with a coworker,
Mhm.
or like one of my, I guess, operators, you know, like the one that like creates the orders for me and like makes the routes. So where I anyway, I was having a conversation with her, and I forgot where like started, but we started talking about like having pictures of exes still on the phones, and um like maybe not like sexual pictures, but like just pictures in general, like like, or like just you and them, or like holding hands, or like maybe your feet and toes are interlocked and you guys are doing some cheesy shit,
And do you
uh,
do that?
what?
Do you do that?
Do what?
What you're talking about? Or do you no comment?
Like do what?
What you're literally talking about right now, where you keep pictures of your ex?
Oh, no. So like, so
He's
for
avoiding the question. Please note that.
no, let me get to it. So I feel like for a long time, I would have like a bunch of, like, of course I would delete, like, out of respect, I would delete like the new, like all of the nudes and shit, and because yeah, it's not necessary, or at least I thought, because like I have like so many thousands of pictures on this phone, because I rarely fucking delete things, or I have so many screenshots, and like so many things just add up over time that, dude, like having to dig through thousands of photos and making sure everything is deleted is just so, I don't know, annoying and tiresome, and yeah, so for the longest time I did have a bunch of like pictures, and like you could, I don't know, paint a picture of like exes throughout like the past, but like no, like I think now, like I think I have at least, except for my most recent relationship, like that just ended a couple days ago, or not a couple days, well, yeah, a few days ago now. No, besides that one, I mean I have yet to delete those, but those are gonna be deleted. Yeah, I just haven't yet. It's not because like I'm holding on to them. I'm just like, I just haven't, and I feel like, dude, like 2 exes ago, sorry, one of the reasons she broke up was the chick broke up with me because she thought like I was still talking to my exes, and I don't know about you, but I, like, on Instagram and shit, but I've never like removed like anybody off, or like been like unfollow or whatever, or like blocked anybody, because I never cared to like do all that stuff. So one time I guess she was like snooping around my list, and or like my following or whatever. She was like, who are these people? And then she found like my ex-wife, and she was like, oh, you're still following your ex-wife? And I was like, yeah, just because like I haven't unfollowed the button or like clicked, like I just never cared, right? Like I just,
Yeah.
like, so what, it's not like I'm talking to these people every day, they're just there. And yeah, I think she was just like, I don't know, insecure with herself, because I literally wasn't doing anything. I don't know. Yeah. Way
No,
off.
I get that. I get that. I mean, first of all, why was she looking through your phone?
No, not through my phone, through the like following list, like Instagram, like your following.
Well, that's still weird.
No. Yeah. Kind of insecure. She also had a problem.
What drove it?
She also had a problem with like porn and like masturbating, because she didn't think that she was getting, like, she didn't think that, so because I would like still masturbate whenever I wasn't like, so like let's say we fuck, right, and then like the next day like I fucking masturbate or whatever, she thought that like I wasn't getting enough from her, so she took that like she was disrespected by me masturbating on my own time to porn or not, like just in general, because she thought that she wasn't enough for me, and like she was. It's just that, dude, like I just fucking like be horny sometimes, dude. I just want to fucking,
yeah, it just happens. Like,
yeah, dude, you just fucking wake up, or like, oh, like, or sometimes like, like you're planning on getting sex later, but like you want to make it last longer, so like beforehand you jack off so that later on that night you're good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
That.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So yeah, no. Sorry.
I don't even remember what tangent like became of this, but
I mean, in the end, like summarized, like the U.S., because we got through the Operation Wetback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just a dark time that still I feel like is being hidden. Like you don't really see a lot of this anywhere, you know? If you try to look it up, you gotta like really dig because not
Yeah.
really people have like reported up on it. I mean, there's like the Wikipedia and stuff, but like that still has its own like sources. But like if you just like in general, it's not a lot out there. But I mean, people like people, our own veterans are still fucking being deported on top of history showing that we deported all these
Yeah,
people.
I mean, if it's true, like if you do try and like look this up, the Operation Wetback, there's not a whole lot of coverage for it. Um, I don't know why. I thought it was a pretty significant fucking event that happened. Like the fucking exile of hundreds of thousands of people um from America. Like it's pretty fucked up. And like I don't know.
Or
I
like the current situation with the veterans. How are we like how are we not giving them like automatic naturalization? Like how do we not give them citizenship after serving whatever they serve? You know? How you are an American soldier, but like so in itself that name should make you stay.
yeah,
Like
like
like what the fuck?
even within like your initial oath when you first sign up for the army, where they tell you to raise your right hand and say that you want to protect and defend this very country and like serve it and all this other stuff, you're basically fucking waiving all other fucking countries that you come from because you are pledging your allegiance to America. And therefore, if you are able to give that oath, provide it with your whole heart, and then spend your time thinking to yourself whether or not you're gonna fucking deploy at any fucking given time and or fucking die at any given fucking time, I say, you know what, you fucking earned it. You're more American than any other fucking American who didn't join. That's my thought process.
And another thing that's kind of messed up and a lot of people just it's just something to think about. It's not more so like what can you really do with that information, but it's
Yeah.
just some of these veterans their only way back is after they've died and are being and their bodies are being sent back so that their families can bury them or do whatever with that. So how are we tearing away these families? And the only time that I mean, I'm sure there are ways, but like to see them in between.
Mm-hmm.
But like the dude is still in Mexico and we're over here, and they're only ever coming back because they're dead and are being buried or cremated. I don't know. It's it it's so fucked up. I like when I joined the army, I thought I myself like if I wasn't a citizen, I probably I probably would be in like a similar situation because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. I thought it was automatic. I
That's
thought
the same. I
I
thought so
thought going
too.
into the military, like, oh, like if you weren't already, like you are now like you are now a citizen, because you do all these oaths. So like yeah, by definition, in a weird way, if you were a citizen of whatever country, taking those oaths is nah, fuck all those countries. I'm all for the U.S. I'm so if you're willing to give up your life, why is that not enough of a trade for you to be a citizen?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it happened
And
during
and
your
you know,
basic training.
oh what?
But like right after we were done and you were able to see family and whatever during that well, for us it was like we were at a stadium and like
Oh, like at the end?
yeah.
Oh yeah, isn't that like a family day?
I guess.
I don't remember what it was
I
called,
don't
but I
know,
know,
dude.
yeah, like I remember, like at the very end, yeah, there's that whole ceremony, and yeah, I didn't have anyone come for me.
God, it just made me realize I went to basic 7 years ago. That's wild. Anyways, during that ceremony, our graduation ceremony or whatever, we had 3 people. 2 of them were in my platoon that were foreign nationals trying to gain their citizenship. And they brought them to the front, and I guess they gave them a piece of paper and something saying that they were officially U.S. citizens. But then I met with them after, and they told me that it wasn't actually like, oh, hey, you're an American citizen now. Here's your fucking.
Was it just a paper that says, "Hey, you are"? It's like that one movie where it's like, "I am 12." It's like, was this paper just? Did this paper just say, "Hey, I am a citizen"? Like, I mean, I'm sure it looked official, but like,
Yeah, it looked official, but it wasn't real.
Man,
in reality, the process is gonna fucking take up maybe fucking 3-4 years just to happen.
damn, really?
Yeah. Well, probably not. It probably takes less for some people, but I don't know. I don't know how the process works. I never really looked too deep into it when I was in. I know we had you remember Badiel?
Yeah.
I called him recently.
Really?
Yeah. He's doing good. He got out. But yeah, I remember him telling me that he was able to get it like sometime a while after he was done in basic. Not an AI. No, he didn't go to AIT, but after he was done and he went to like his first unit, he was able to get it. But it's a really lengthy process from what I remember him telling me.
Dude, I remember that guy, dude. I'm glad he. So if you're listening, I'm glad you're out, bro. I'm glad you're out and living your life.
Yeah.
And for all those that like have like made it, or any veterans that have like made it and are, if we were ever working together and like by now you happen to be listening and you're out, like, dude, I'm glad you're out, and dude,
glad you're alive,
and glad you got your citizenship, because bros, you'd be deported. We don't want that.
Yeah,
the U.S. has always been racist. We know that. We're not as great as we were taught. We're not as great as we were brainwashed to believe, but we are the greatest country in the world. We're just we are number one.
We're have just Dodge Challengers and fucking Corvettes and fucking Dodge Vipers, bitch. Like, insert a eagle sound right here.
Well, that wasn't an eagle sound, but no, yeah. Oh man, but that pretty much sums up this episode so far. So far, no, that sums up the Operation Wetback so far as what we have for you, and it's what's happened. And I mean, there's like the most you could really do if you wanted to affect or do some change is like go to like, I don't know, start at the local level or like hit up your Congress, or like I myself don't know what to do, change, or that way.
I don't know.
It's kind of like hoping, because even the Biden administration, like this past July, said that they were gonna try and do this and make a change, but so far it's only really been onesies and twosies here and there. Yeah.
I think on our level we are doing something. We're talking about it. That's
what
that's the best thing we can do. Yeah, we're literally talking about it, like something that's not talked about a lot. And also Operation Wetback 2, bringing light to a very shitty subject that America tried so hard to cover up, but it's still there.
And just know, like, this is not in your normal history books. This isn't taught about. This is like,
I didn't know about it until
like
recently.
they named it this. Like the people, our own government is pretty racist. You know, like
It's a very
like,
real thing.
like the people that come up with this are the people that run this. The elites. I mean, yeah. We're a tiny podcast. We're not gonna make huge waves. No one's gonna kill us, tomorrow or anything. But we're trying to get this information out there.
Unless you're listening to us when we're a large podcast, then you was here.
Yeah. Right now, in 2020 March 13, 2023, 6:35 p.m. Yeah, I mean, we're very small. We hope to continue growing big, and we appreciate if you have made it this far. As always, we hope that you stay and listen through the whole thing. If you do happen to watch our video episodes, that's much appreciated too, because those happen to be on obviously other platforms like YouTube or Instagram, and they're not just on Spotify or podcasts. You can't watch videos on, or at least our videos aren't. I know some podcasts, some really big podcasts like Joe Rogan, you can watch some clips on those, but our videos are going to be on YouTube or on our website. Our website is still running, dudesversuseverything.com. The versus is just vseverything.com. That's still up and going. We still hope to bring you short form content in the future, in the form of Wet Wednesdays or Instagram shorts or YouTube shorts, things like that. But we're trying to do it continuously, where these episodes are the full episodes are on YouTube pretty much, the start to finish. And then in between there's the other short form content. And honestly, it wasn't until now, dude, that I'm feeling the buzz now.
Are you?
Yeah. So I'm this is my third one. But I rarely drink, bro. I rarely drink nowadays.
Oh, okay. That explains it.
Yeah.
I mean, I barely smoke, so when I do, I just took 2 hits, so I'll probably feel it in a bit. But
what is it? THCO, right? It's that fake.
It's
fake
Delta
Texas weed, right?
9 with THCO.
Say that again.
It's DH9. Look it up. Yeah, look it up. With THCO. But I would say that that's a wrap, folks. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of Dudes vs. Everything, where we tackled the uncomfortable topic of Operation Wetback with our trademark brand of humor and irreverence.
Yeah.
And as always, we encourage you to keep learning, stay curious, and question everything, especially when it comes to the darker moments of history, because it's important to remember that knowledge is power, and shining a light on the ugly truths of our past can help us build a better future. And of course, we want to thank our listeners for tuning in and remind you to follow us on social media for updates or future episodes.
The Instagram is everything is pretty much Dudes versus Everything. The Twitter, I mean, we have to be more up on it, but all of them,
we do.
All of them are Dudes versus Everything, except for the TikTok. I think that is DVE. But actually everything, even the TikTok is Dudes versus Everything, and it's DUDESVSEVERYTHING, just how you would think it's spelled. And the only thing that's changed, if you've never followed us from the beginning and you happen to just now follow us, but you have been listening, is our cover art. We've updated our cover art, and we're utilizing the power and technology that is given to us. Well, not given to us, but that is out there these days. And Rudy is, or does work and does those and produces those with the help of AI. And I think it's awesome the way that we're going, because it is a huge tool that we can use. I just don't think that we should rely on it for everything, because then then the robots take over and fucking yeah, it's just another. If you guys haven't played the new game Atomic Heart, it'll be like that, where like robots fucking take over and start killing everybody. But no, yeah. I thought what Rudy said was true and beautiful. Question the unknown, survive your own reality. And thank you guys again for listening up until here. Make sure to follow us. Stay tuned for the next one. I think we're gonna keep doing Mondays for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I think I don't have any more closing notes for anybody.
Well, until next time, stay cool, stay weird, stay hard, stay moist, and keep fighting the good fight. This has been Dudes vs. Everything. I am your host, Rudy Robles, and this is my co-host,
Jesus Perez. Good morning, good afternoon,
good evening, and good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.